State, Sheyi Simon, stabbed to death during a party misunderstanding. President Tinubu approves 3.3 trillion plan to fix Nigeria's power sector. And Nasarawa government deepens grassroots empowerment initiative with 50 million cooperative intervention. This is Abuja Report on AIT. I am Aicheda Majekodomi. Welcome. Now, the approval by President Bola Tinubu of the 3.3 trillion payment plan to clear long-standing liabilities in Nigeria's power sector is being described as one of the most ambitious interventions since the sector was privatized. The move is aimed at addressing a decade-long debt crisis that has crippled electricity generation, triggered recurring blackouts, and weakened confidence across the power value chain. In this special report, AIT's Yemi Adebayo examines the root of the crisis, the implications of the intervention, and whether it offers a lasting solution to Nigeria's persistent electricity challenges.
Nigeria's power crisis did not happen overnight. It is the result of years of accumulated debts, structural inefficiencies, and policy inconsistency that have left the sector struggling to deliver stable electricity. At the heart of the problem are the generation companies GenCos, the firms responsible for producing electricity. Since the 2013 privatization of the power sector, many GenCos have operated under severe financial strain, largely due to unpaid invoices and liquidity shortfalls. Between 2015 and 2025, debts ballooned as electricity distribution companies failed to fully remit payments, while government subsidies and tariff shortfalls widened the funding gap. This created a vicious circle. GenCos could not pay gas suppliers reduced supply, and power plants were forced to cut generation, resulting in frequent nationwide blackouts. Industry data shows that Nigeria, despite having an installed capacity of over 12,000 megawatts, often generates less than half of that due to these constraints. The 3.3 trillion naira intervention is therefore designed as a reset button, a full and final settlement of these legacy debts to restore liquidity and operational stability. Tariff regimes that do not reflect actual costs. Without fixing these issues, analysts warn the sector could relapse into another cycle of debt. Power generation companies have repeatedly raised concerns over the sustainability of their operations.
President Bola Tinubu's pledge to install 5,000 AI-powered surveillance cameras across crisis-hit communities in Plateau State is evoking questions about the country's seeming knee-jerk approach to insecurity. The president made a commitment during an emergency visit to Jos on Thursday in the wake of the Palm Sunday massacre, which claimed at least 28 lives. While the government frames this as a technological strategy for security, critics are asking if this is a genuine solution or just another expensive procurement exercise. AIT's Hasakode reports.
The history of CCTV projects in Nigeria is often a story of expensive failures, most notably the abandoned billion naira project in Federal Capital Territory from 2010. Now, President Bola Tinubu is reviving the narrative, promising a network of 5,000 cameras to track troublemakers in Plateau State in real time.
That will help the law enforcement agencies to identify the troublemakers. Over 5,000.
The proposal is generating reactions already, which cynics doubtful on whether it's been a well-thought-after solution.
I don't think installing CCTV alone is going to solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria as a whole, not just Jos.
But the government is totally getting it wrong. That is the whole issue. Because installing CCTV camera is a totally different thing when it comes to this kind of issues.
For others, it's merely political rhetoric.
Between 2010 and 2012, the federal government introduced the CCTV camera project in the Federal Capital Territory. This is what is left of that project. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has promised that federal government is going to install 5,000 CCTV cameras in communities affected by crisis in Plateau State.
That comment or statement from Mr. President was not strategic. Not strategic in the sense that we're talking about security issues here. I don't expect that such a statement should be made public.
While the president promises that what happened in Agwan Rukuba will not repeat itself, Nigerians on ground say technology without political will is a hollow promise. In a country where earlier projects have ended up as mere street decorations, skepticism is high. Between January and April 2026, a relentless wave of attacks have devastated rural communities. Beyond Plateau, the shadow of insecurity is long, with recent mass abduction of schoolgirls in Niger, Kebbi, and Kaduna states, leaving parents in a state of constant terror.
I think that the community should be engaged more than these cameras that we are talking about.
Security experts warn that camera alone to the need and
Be this news, Abuja.
Let's now bring you some crime matters in Niger State, where the police command in the state have confirmed the death of a 25-year-old student, Sheyi Simon of Federal University of Education, Kotangora, Niger State. The incident was said to have occurred during a party organized by the student for the newly admitted student at the school hall. Confirming the incident, the spokesman of the police, Superintendent Wasiu Abiodun, said on April 5 at about 1:40 a.m. it was reported at A Division, Kotangora, that during a party organized by the student for the newly admitted student, there was a misunderstanding. According to him, the face-off between the 18-year-old Jafar Musa of the Agwan Gwari area of Kotangora and Sheyi Simon, who is a student of the school, led to a fight between the duo. Unfortunately, Musa stabbed the student with a dagger, who was rushed to the General Hospital, Kotangora, where he was confirmed dead. The police added that the suspect has been arrested for further investigation. According to sources, the late student was in the Social Studies Education Department 300 level and the only son of his parents. Police in Niger State have confirmed the death of a commercial driver after his vehicle ran over a suspected explosive device planted by terrorists along the Luma-Babana Road in Bogo local government area. The driver, whose identity is yet to be confirmed, was transporting yams when the device exploded along a makeshift bypass created beside a damaged bridge. Police spokesperson Superintendent Wasiu Abiodun said the incident occurred at about 2:50 p.m. on April 5, adding that the attackers also shot a motorcyclist in the same area. He explained that another truck heading to Wawan also ran over a second IED, which exploded and severely injured its driver. Abiodun said joint security teams have been deployed to the area, assuring that further updates will be released as the investigations continue. And now to political matters. The All Progressives Congress APC administration's economic reform, such as the removal of fuel subsidy, exchange rate unification, and tax restructuring at the national level, has been commended. The commendation was given by the APC Forum for Good Governance and Continuity during a media briefing in Abuja. The national coordinator of the group, Henry Awolabi, said the reforms initiated by President Bola Tinubu have begun to stabilize Nigeria's macroeconomic environment. The group also commended Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State for his infrastructure expansion drive aimed at stimulating commerce in the state.
When President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office in 2023, Nigeria stood at the edge of fiscal precipice with clarity of purpose and uncommon political will. This administration embarked on what can only be described as a bold and historic reform agenda. In Rivers State, Governor Fubara has demonstrated that leadership is not merely about holding office. It is about navigating complexity, restoring stability, and delivering results against all odds. His administration has prioritized infrastructure expansion, embarking on critical road projects that connect communities, stimulate commerce, and improve mobility across the state.
He further noted that the removal of fuel subsidies signaled the beginning of a new era of fiscal responsibility, which have helped restore investor confidence and reposition Nigeria globally. If you are just joining us, this is Abuja Report on AIT, reaching you live from Akpaduma Hill Studios in Asokoro. Here is a reminder of our top stories. Student of Federal University of Education, Kotangora, Niger State, Sheyi Simon, stabbed to death during a party misunderstanding. President Tinubu approves 3.3 trillion naira plan to fix Nigeria's power sector. And Nasarawa government deepens grassroots empowerment initiative with 50 million naira cooperative intervention. Welcome back. Voices from different generations came together in Abuja on Monday with a shared concern, the growing strain on the family unit and what it means for the future of society. At the Generation Next Impact event, speakers emphasized that the family remains the most vital building block of any nation, warning that when homes are broken, the ripple effects can lead to social instability, crisis, and long-term societal challenges. The gathering also highlighted how modern realities are shaping relationships.
Speakers at the Generation Next Impact event noted that with the rise of social media and an increasing range of lifestyle choices, marriage is facing pressures unlike ever before. Discussion centered on the rising rate of divorce and single parenting, with experts linking these trends not only to incompatibility, but also to a lack of proper preparation and access to honest, practical information about marriage.
We are growing in a very challenged environment. That's the way I call it.
So we're having more marriages struggle today because they see that we know is wrong. So one thing that we need to do is to relearn what marriage is. That's a major, gap that we're having in this generation.
Beyond the concerns, however, there was a message of hope and responsibility directed at young people. They were encouraged to be more deliberate and intentional in preparing for marriage rather than relying on assumptions or societal pressure.
We are here to shape that culture. We are here to shift the narrative. We are here to help them see that there is light in marriage, that marriages do work. We are here to change the message that marriages are not prison yards, they are not captivity.
And I saw that when you carry that one into the marriage, be rest assured that godliness will characterize your home.
The event underscored the need to change the narrative of broken homes with the understanding that the future of society is deeply tied to the strength, stability, and values upheld within the family. Kedanojo Okoliko, AIT News, Abuja.
It was a day filled with excitement and gratitude as many residents of Lafia and Obi benefited from an empowerment program designed to improve their livelihoods. The dozens of residents in Lafia and Obi, the gesture is one marked with renewed hope for a better future.
Women, youths, and small business owners receiving items which they describe as life-changing. For many, the gesture marks a fresh start and a chance to become financially independent. Some of the beneficiaries said the gesture is an opportunity to rebuild and support their families.
As you can see now, I am benefiting the dividend of democracy, so I'm very excited, I'm very joyful.
I thank God what Mr. Project do it for us. I thank God, may God bless him. Anything where he like, may God just open road for him.
The initiative was spearheaded by Honorable Solomon Yakubu Akwashike, who said the program is part of his ongoing commitment to improving the standard of living of his constituents. He noted that leadership is about impacting lives and appreciating the trust of the people.
Today, what we are seeing today is to also show my people the love they have shown to me. We have given the speaker full support because I know once election is over, we all belong to government. What we need to do is to give support. What the people want is dividends of democracy, not to go and fight. And that is what I'm doing at the State House of Assembly.
Community leaders at the event commended Honorable Solomon Yakubu Akwashike for the efforts and urged beneficiaries to make proper use of the items to better their lives.
To appreciate you for what you have been doing for your people, because you have been doing a lot for your people, and that is what is expected of us.
Beyond the distribution, the atmosphere was lively with cultural performances and cheers from the crowd. But more importantly, the event left many with renewed hope and a stronger belief in a better future. Mwesi Shakia, AIT News, Lafia.
The Nasarawa State Government, through its Human Capital Development Agency, has intensified its financial inclusion drive with the disbursement of 50 million naira to cooperative society in the state. The Director General, Nasarawa State Human Capital Development, Habiba Sulaiman, said in Akwanga local government area during the event that the intervention was part of a broader strategy to promote small-scale, community-based businesses and improve sustainable livelihoods across the state.
About 400 beneficiaries across 6 cooperatives in Nasarawa State receiving funds to reinforce the state's commitment to expanding economic opportunities at the grassroots level. The intervention is part of a broader strategy to promote small-scale, community-based businesses and improve sustainable livelihoods across the state.
You can see, we've seen men and women, community men and women, whom we believe are, the economic backbone of Akwanga local government.
According to the authorities, the support comes as interest-free loans, not grants, under a revolving loan scheme. The beneficiaries are required to repay within agreed terms, enabling the government to extend similar support to other communities and scale up the initiative.
The Ministry of Justice, and that's why they're here very present, these cooperatives, they've also presented their legal representation, so they are aware of the consequences. They have agreed to the terms and conditions.
The Akwanga intervention underscores Nasarawa State's commitment to inclusive economic growth and a transparent structure, legal backing, and a sustainable revolving model.
We are happy that she has come all the way from Lafia to meet with our people here, and we know that this loan is going to go a long way to helping us.
The Akwanga event marks the third phase of the initiative, which is well positioned to deliver lasting impact across communities, and it follows earlier disbursement in Awe and Kefi local government areas with 200 and 250 beneficiaries were supported respectively. Mwesi Shakia, AIT News, Akwanga, Nasarawa State.
Easter, which marks the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, is often observed with fun fairs and social gatherings across many parts of the world. In Abuja, families and corporate organizations are also seizing the opportunity to connect and celebrate the season together.
At one of such Easter family fun fair in the nation's capital, families, children, and members of the public gathered for a day of relaxation and shared experiences. The event featured a range of recreational activities designed to promote bonding among families, while also providing a platform for interaction among different segments of society. Participants were engaged in games and entertainment, with some also benefiting from the support items distributed during the event. Organizers said the initiative is aimed at encouraging stronger family ties and fostering a sense of community, especially during festive periods.
Now, the idea behind the Easter Family Fun Fair is just, apart from celebrating Easter, is to build and strengthen relationship between family and also give us opportunity to unwind. I think also build opportunities. So these are the reasons for the event.
Stakeholders note that such gatherings are becoming increasingly important in urban centers, where busy schedules often limit opportunities for social interaction. They add that events like this help to reinforce the values of unity, togetherness, and shared responsibility within the community.
We have a lot of businesses. Once they start the business, within 5 years, when you come back to check on their businesses, they are no more, because they lack the knowledge on how to manage most businesses. So we are here to partner with them to guide them on how to grow business from the scratch.
Observers say, beyond the celebrations, the Easter season continues to serve as a reminder of love, sacrifice, and the importance of building stronger human connections. And that reflects how residents in Abuja are marking the Easter celebration through moments that brings families and communities together. Oyebimpe Wealth, AIT News, Abuja.
And celebrations filled the air in Nigeria's capital as elder statesman Joro Usman Kagama marked his 80th birthday in grand gathering of families, friends, and dignitaries. The milestone celebration held in the heart of Abuja brought together a cross-section of society, from political leaders and traditional rulers to close associates and admirers, all united in honor of a man widely respected for his decades of service, leadership, and commitment to community development.
It was an evening of reflection and recognition as glowing tributes poured in, celebrating not just the years, but the legacy of impact, mentorship, and integrity that has defined Elder Kagama's journey. The event, held at the AGNL Park in Gudu, Abuja, attracted prominent personalities from across the country, including political leaders, traditional rulers, and members of the diplomatic and business communities. Guests described the celebrant as a man of integrity and vision, whose contributions to community development and nation building have spanned decades.
He's a special person. If I could describe him, I would say he's a planner. You know, you hardly see anything catch him off guard.
This milestone is not a small one. It's been a journey full of ups and downs, but he's been very perseverant.
Prayer for him is that, he continues to live in good health, in peace of mind.
Of God, and I've grown up to see him work with God, and I believe that is the source of his strength.
In his remarks, Elder Kagama expressed gratitude to God for a fulfilled life and thanked guests for their support and presence.
Me to be alive up to this day, I ascribe it entirely to God. He has fought several battles on my behalf.
Love what God loves, hate what God hates. If you have the fear of God at the back of your mind, anything can go.
The milestone celebration served as a reminder of a life dedicated to service, leadership, and lasting impact. And that was a night of honor for a man whose legacy continues to shape lives. Chidera Izudue, AIT News, Abuja.
And that's Abuja Report on AIT. I am Aicheda Majakodomi. Thanks for staying with us.